When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Hi guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. Now before we begin, I'm going to explain a few things before we move on forward. There's a part near the end of this part that I didn't like. So from that certain point where I didn't like my writing, I'll be going on top of my head. So I'll give you a warning ahead of time. That's pretty much about it. Well, I just wanted to get out of it. Alright, let's start this story. After the events of the hero versus villains, Izuku went strictly home to relax and take the next few days easy. When the next day arrived, he spent his time performing different type of moves with his element abilities he's able to use, and some regular classes. During the middle of the week, Class 1A is going to go on some sort of field trip to a hero museum in Hosu City. As Black Canary had everyone get gathered up and get on the bus, Izuku decided he's going to sit in the far back of the bus. He's more concentrated on his phone at the current moment, going through the different or recent news articles about villain attacks and hero-related news articles. Did you find anything interesting, Midoriya? Nothing really. What's up? Here, catch. As he throws some sort of flash drive at Izuku. What's this? What's on that flash drive would be most interesting to you. You should take a look at it. Miyamoto already has gone through what's on the flash drive, and there's a lot of unanswered questions. When you get home, you should take a look at it. Then once you get up to speed, we could actually figure out what we're going to do next. You're being very vague, Todoroki, but I am interested in what's on this flash drive. If you're done doing the whole spy routine. So what's this about? Do you remember during our fight you called yourself a Esper? I do recall mentioning that during the fight. What of it? That flash drive contains some information about Espers, but there's not a whole lot on there. At least nothing too important. According to what I dug up, Espers were pretty prominent before the Cork gene manifested itself, but some reason they just disappeared out of nowhere. It's like someone's very thoroughly trying to erase the existence of Espers. Something about this doesn't add up. Clearly obvious, someone's intentionally trying to delete any information on Espers. I just don't like it. And then to think someone's willingly trying to erase the very existence of Espers. Now you got my full attention. I did a little digging in Gotham about Espers, but couldn't find anything really concrete. I mean, I know I don't have a Cork or the Cork gene, and I know for a fact I'm not a metahuman. And because I am the only Esper that surfaced, at least to my knowledge, I had to learn how to use my powers or how it works on my own. There wasn't really a training book for beginners for espers that that you could find in your local library or bookstore. But what's in that flash drive might interest you more when you mention your powers. They go in great detail in several different types of Esper's abilities, including similar to your own power. Your powers, your powers, sorry, your powers are science-based. At least that's what I learn from what I downloaded into that flash drive. I always found it strange when you use your powers. Your powers give off a weird sound. That itself, when I fought you, put me on edge. The information did briefly mention someone that goes by the name of Accelerator. What information there was on that guy? Let's just say he was a very nasty piece of work. He was some he was he was a part of some sort of underground program to create the very first level 6 Esper by slaughtering 2,000 clones of some girl. And I caught some of the footage that was attached to a file that I downloaded. That bastard seemed to enjoy it. Despite them being clones, that was not right. Well, it looks like the bus is filling up. As Todoroki sat near the back of the bus, so he doesn't have to interact with the other classmates. So the both of them decide to put the conversation on hold, so no one could overhear them talking. All right, class. Before we get going to the museum, you're all probably wondering why we're even going to the museum in the first place. Instead of having you research on your own on Golden Time heroes in Japan, I just thought it would be a better idea to visit the museum. You're going to pick one of the veteran heroes, then I want you to write a paper on it. It's not going to be easy, as you think. You're going to have to find the information on your own. Because these heroes were during the Golden Age, the information is going to be hard to get a hold of. It's going to be hard to get the information. You're going to have to look and actually do some legwork. I could easily give you all the information on them, but that's not the point of this little field trip of ours. You're going to be learning a new skill today. That's vital when you finally become pro heroes. Being a hero is not just about just fighting villains. You're going to have to do a little detective work. For some reason, people in Japan think hero work is nothing but fighting villains. There's more to it than just simple fighting. And I want all your papers turned in by next week on Thursday. The bus started to drive as Black Canary took her seat. I knew this was a setup. I was having a sinking feeling that this wasn't your typical field trip. Yeah, I agree. She's a pretty brutal teacher. She's more like a drill sergeant than a teacher. 20 minutes later, the bus stopped in front of the huge museum. Well, let's get this over with. Izuku finally managed to get off the bus and made his way into the museum immediately, going on his own. He doesn't do the whole group thing when he enters a museum, as he likes to look around on his own. As he noticed several different type of heroes during the Golden Age, mannequins and statues of them, basically. As 3 men walk into the museum, The one in the front is wearing some sort of suit that has two different type of colors, with a very gnarly scar on his face, flipping a coin, as you have a man to his right wearing some sort of cloak. You can see from the spots of exposed skin, it seems like he has green scales. Then you have the man to the left having some sort of tube connected to his arm to the back of his neck, wearing some sort of mask, not even bothering wearing a cloak to conceal himself. What a lovely museum they have here, boys. Let's wreck it. Bring me the boy with the green hair. I know he's here somewhere. I really don't care what you make us do, as long as you fork up the money. Don't worry, Bane. You get your money. Bring me the kid or kill him. I don't care either which. I'm still curious why you paid us so much for taking down one measly brat. You simple feck, you musclehead freak. No one bears Two-Face and lives. Whatever. Come on, Croc. Let's get this show on the road. It's pleasure. As he throws the cloak off of him. Maybe I could find myself a little snack on the way. And I'm not talking about the food court. I personally can't stand Two-Face, but I quite enjoy your company, Croc. You've always made things lively when you're involved. Let's have some fun. As you see Two-Face flipping his coin, you think I wasn't going to pay you back for what you did, kid? Not even living in Japan will stop me in my won't stop me from taking my vengeance. All right, the rest of you boys, fan out and lock this place down. No one enters or leaves. Anyone tries, kill them. And round up the hostages while you're at it. On it, boss. There you are, Izuku. Running off by yourself again? What do you need? Sorry, do you need something, Kara? I just thought you would appreciate my company. I didn't like that response. Excuse me for gracing you with my presence. Well, I do apologize, Your Majesty. Izuku and Kara start to laugh at their little word game. For some reason, Izuku found it entertaining to give Kara a hard time, and Kara didn't seem to mind it. She seems to enjoy their banter between each other. He soon realized that Kara is pretty good being a smartass when she wants to be. Out of nowhere, Kara got struck across her face as she goes flying through the museum. Found you. Huh, you look at that. An oversized gecko. Crocodile, you punk, not a gecko. So I take it you have some sort of beef with me, you oversized gecko? I'm going to enjoy this more than I should. You talk too much, gecko. Come and get some. As he gave Killer Croc just bring it gesture with his finger. That's all Killer Croc needed, as he rushed towards Izuku, only for Izuku to dodge to his right and slam his knee into his gut. Then then he uppercut palm strike Killer Croc as Izuku jumped a little bit backwards to get some distance. Killer Croc simply got up and readjusted his jaw from it being dislocated. As he popped his jaw back into place. I felt that one. Maybe this actually will be challenging. Now it's my turn. As Killer Croc ran towards Izuku, when Izuku was about to dodge, someone sidelined him and nailed him in the face as he goes flying against the wall. Need some assistance, Croc. Much as I hate to admit it, I need your assistance. This kid's a lot stronger than he looks. I highly doubt that little brat could get up from taking my punch head on. He's probably knocked out. Let's just drag him back to Two-Face and call it a day. Immediately when Bane finished his sentence, he got kicked right in the face by Izuku as Bane goes flying out of the room into the hallway, where he landed against a stone wall. Then Izuku immediately engaged Killer Croc. Izuku is matching Killer Croc strikes blow for blow, and in the attacks he can't match, he just tanks with his modified body. He barely feels any Killer Croc's attacks so far. He was dodging alright against Killer Croc. He won't use his full strength because he'll kill him if he did so. He needs to figure out why are they after him specifically. But before he could strategize a plan, Bane came rushing in, and now he's forced to fight both of them at the same time. As you see Izuku fighting Bane and Killer Croc at the same time, as their battle is taking them further into the museum, now they're in the hallways, battling it out. Bane was able to grab onto Izuku's hair and slam his head against the stone wall in the museum. In return, Izuku gave Bane a vicious elbow strike in the face. Then when Killer Croc came in swinging, he grabbed onto Killer Croc's wrist and threw him over his shoulder, slamming him into the tile floor. Now the blood's pumping. Thanks for helping me warm up, Gecko. Who wants the hands first? I don't know why you're after me. I'm a bit interested, but I'm slowly losing interest in altogether. So I decided I really don't care. I'm having too much fun. How did you put it, Gecko? I'm going to enjoy this more than I should. Yeah, I think that line you gave me. Giving Killer Croc a vicious grin as she flash steps in front of Killer Croc. Let's see if you could resist electricity, shall we, Gecko? As he creates several flames while conversing with Killer Croc. He's distracting him so he could set off the fire alarms, so the sprinklers would activate. You can see electric emanating from his fist as he puts a very thin psychic barrier over his skin, so he doesn't get shocked by his own electricity, by electricity. As he lands several combination strikes with his electric fused fist, using his bioelectricity that he generates in his body. Through his fist, when he makes physical contact, giving Killer Croc a nasty shock each time he lands a strike, Izuku is able to land several nasty-looking combinations on Killer Croc and Bane at the same time. Things started to heat up for Izuku, or started to look up for Izuku, until the musclehead guy, that's what he's been referring to him as, is upping on his device that he's wearing on his wrist, as green liquid starts going through the tubes that are connected somewhere on his arm. The two leads to somewhere near the back of his neck. As Bane started to hulk up a little bit, as his veins are becoming visible as they're glowing green, Izuku suspects his increased physique is most likely the green liquid, and he most likely has greater physical strength now. But he knows that's nothing he doesn't need to worry about that. He can handle anything that Bane dish out. He was broken out of his thoughts when they landed a cross. Give me a second. As they land a strike across his face with their fists, immediately Killer Croc took advantage of the situation and land several powerful strikes to Izuku's chest and face, basically, making him step backwards from the impact the impact of the attacks he's been receiving from Killer Croc and Bane. As Bane rushed forward and kneed Izuku in the gut, as Killer Croc comes from behind and hold his arms against his back, while Killer Croc has Izuku in his hold, leaving leaving Izuku a sitting target. As Bane begins to strike Izuku repeatedly in the face with his fist, while he's pinned down, getting hit in the face several times. He could hear Black Canary use her canary cry in the background somewhere in the museum. A idea came to his mind that these two, it's not just these two. When Bane tried to strike Izuku again, he dodged to the right and headbutt Bane in the face, then kick him in the side of the head, making him go flying backwards. As he gathered a vast amount of psychic energy, then released it all at once, blasting Killer Croc across the hallway. Bane has finally recovered from that vicious kick that he got in the side of the head. How's that possible? I barely see a scratch on you. Even with my venom, you're still standing? I've noticed you don't seem to react every time we land a hit on you. What are you? You're not even sweating. Unlike your little green liquid there, musclehead, that's been circling around your body, my strength is superior and mine's permanent. Unlike yours, I haven't gone even 15% of my true strength. But I'll knock it up to 20%. Just for you. Izuku rushed forward. He creates several after images of himself, confusing Bane and Killer Croc when he finally got up from being tossed like a ragdoll. Out of nowhere, Bane got lifted up in the air a little bit from a powerful strike that he just noticed as he looks down to see Izuku, as he has his hand strictly or dig into his stomach. As he felt the power behind that blow, he wasn't kidding. He wasn't kidding when he was saying he was holding back, as that's what Bane's going through his mind right now. Izuku turned his head to stare at Killer Croc. You're next, Gecko. Izuku disappeared immediately after several after images start to appear all around Killer Croc. Killer Croc finally caught on to his scent and swung a right fist towards Izuku's face, only for Izuku to duck under his arm and got in the perfect position to strike Killer Croc across the face with his right arm, then following up with several rib strikes By this time, Killer Croc is on one knee, panting, as a powerful kick landed across Killer Croc's back of his skull. As Killer Croc's eyes starts to roll back as his head, as he falls down unconscious. Holy shit! He took down Croc, and he said he was only using 20% of his power. You clearly don't know who I am, if you came with only two of you. I'll give you guys credit. You're quite strong. Wait, do I know you? Sorry, wait, I don't. Do I know you? I sure don't know who the gecko is. But you seem familiar somehow. Oh, I know who you are. This is going to be fun. What do you mean? As Bane starts to step backwards, backing away from Izuku. I've always had issues with you and your little gang. How you suck up the resources, making the orphanage suffer. They barely stayed afloat. Apparently, Mr. Wayne wasn't really concerned about a random orphanage that his family owned. I don't I don't expect some rich guy to keep track of all the orphanage that their family own. I don't fault him for that. But what I do take offense is having you and your little man shake down the orphanage itself for protection money. What I'm going to do to you, I'm just going to vent some anger I've been holding in for several years now. Just thinking about it. My time back at the orphanage, pisses me off. As he disappeared and reappeared right in front of Bane and grabbed onto his shoulder and repeatedly to knee him in the gut. It's clearly noticeable on his expression, even though he's wearing a mask. You could clearly tell Bane is in serious pain. Now let's move on to the face, shall we? As Izuku repeatedly to beat Bane in the face, repeatedly, you could hear and feel the shock waves of his fist penetrating his skull. Pause. This is all gonna be off the top of my head, so let's get this going. Please, no more. I surrender. Izuku is no longer paying attention or listening to him, as he's continuing repeated to strike Bane very viciously until someone grabbed onto his wrist. Enough, Izuku. You won it. You won. You're gonna kill him if you go any further. Fine. Who hired you? Who hired you? Two-Face. Of course. As he hit Bane one more time, knocking him out. Alright, let's go. You good? I'm fine. Let's go get the rest. Let's go see who we can rescue and deal with Two-Face. As the Esper and the Kryptonian venture further into the museum, rescuing who they could, taking out Two-Face's men pretty easily, with the ability to turn himself invisible, and with Supergirl's strength. It was easy. It was child's play to them. Until they got to Two-Face's location, some sort of lobby room. As Izuku sees Two-Face firing his gun at Todoroki while he's sliding across the room with his eyes. As Izuku sees Black Canary fighting some of the goons. Kara, help out our sensei. I'll handle the burn victim. Alright, just don't do anything crazy. I can't promise you that. dealing with Two-Face of all people. Let's get going. It's been a while, old man. Old man. As Ezekiel walks towards Two-Face. Time to die, brat. But unfortunately, I can't choose your fate. Your chances are 50-50. Let's see how lucky you are, shall we? As he flips his coin, as it slowly, you know, falls downwards as Two-Face catches it and put it on top of his hand. Sorry, kid. You're just unlucky. As he shoots at Izuku, only to see his bullets gently floating in the air all around Izuku, as Izuku waves his wrist as they all shoot towards the wall. You got a spine, I'll give you that. But how do you think this was going to go down, Two-Face? You the victor? Now that's hilarious, really. It would be hilarious if it wasn't so sad. You see, I had a little upgrade since the last time we met. Here, allow me to demonstrate. As a ring of fire appeared all around Izuku and Two-Face, making sure he doesn't run away. He's not going to kill him, but he's not going to lie. He's going to enjoy this quite a bit. As Izuku ran his fist straightly into Two-Face's gut, making him cough up spit. Stay with me, Harvey. This is only the beginning. As he grabs Two-Face by the hair and headbutts him repeatedly he repeatedly headbutts him 5 times as he knees Harvey in the face. Then walk over to him and put pressure onto the back of his knee. You see, Harvey, I could bend you like a pencil if I wanted to. Do your worst, kid. I know you're going to kill me. Kill you? Oh, no. I won't kill you. But I'll make you hurt. Nothing permanent. But until you get the message, don't cross me. You see, I'm trying to be a better person. As Two-Face starts laughing at that comment, better person? Don't make me laugh. You're a killer, kid. And you will be for the rest of your life. Once a killer, always a killer. Hey, I'm not knocking you on that. I'm just telling you how it is. You could play this, hero? You're doing? But it won't change the fact, kid. You're a killer. And I heard about that your little time with the clown. And everyone knows if you're with him for a good amount of time, you collected quite a body count. Shut up. As Izuku stomped on Two-Face's back of his head, slammed his head into the pavement. You're wrong, you piece of filth. As Izuku begins to repeatedly kick Two-Face in the ribs. Izuku kicked Two-Face. As he kicked Two-Face, rolled him over on his back. As he grabbed onto his neck and lifted him up in the air. There's that killer. The stage is yours, boy. Show your little friends who you really are. Nothing but a killing machine. As Harley comes bursting out of the flames, you talk too much, Harley. Oh, no, sorry. You talk too much, Harvey. As she whaps Harvey in the back of the head with the bat. As Izuku drops him. As she drops the bat and gently puts both her hands on both sides of his face and laid her forehead against his. You know, I wouldn't have bat an eye if he killed him. but I'm glad you did it. Even though you were looking like you're about to kill him. But I know how it is, trying to make up for past mistakes. I get what you're going through, Izuku. You know you could always talk with us. You're lucky I came instead of Ivy. Ivy probably would have killed him. So let's not tell Ivy any of the major details. I don't need her to go all wrathful. And that's where we're gonna cut it. Hope you guys have a good night and day during my time zones, and I know we'll return to this eventually.